BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
One could put a case for the Airbus A380 being one of the most talked about aircraft in recent months, and what may come as a shock to a lot is the discussion has actually come with positivity, with airlines around the world that have had the A380 at their disposal looking at actually welcoming it back into service. Even airlines that had actually no intention throughout the pandemic to have them return are backtracking on decisions to help cope with the added demand. Asiana Airlines now join a long list of carriers that have announced plans to return the type to service, with themselves noting that we will likely see the A380 flying again in March of this calendar year, a rapid, therefore, re-entry back into service after the types have been grounded since the pandemic. Their Airbus A380s are relatively new, with an average age of almost 7 years, and with only 6 at their disposal, they by no means have the most extensive fleet of them. However, when compared to Emirates, anything is small. The 6 are though more than adequate for their operations, and before the pandemic, the 6 that they do have were more than adequate for their operations before the emergence of the pandemic at the South Korean-based airline. The return of the A380 has been noted thanks to their booking system, which indicated that the aircraft would return on flights through to the United States, specifically LAX and then Frankfurt in Germany. Of course, with the re-entry into service of potentially 6, this network would expand. Asiana Airlines are being acquired by Korean Air in a merger that will actually make it a mega airline. However, focusing on the fleet, not all aircraft in that Asiana business will be staying on. One of the main focal points for the merger when it comes to fleet is the benefits that the low-cost subsidiaries will face, with new aircraft arriving on the scene, and that will see an overall boost in capacity and efficiency. However, for a long-haul aircraft, while of course it hasn't necessarily been confirmed, not all will likely transfer across, and it generally would not be hard to see why the A380 would be one on the chopping board, given the fact Korean Air actually already operates the A380, and would therefore likely not be looking to acquire more, given not just the uncertainty around the industry at the moment, but generally the lack of efficiency that comes with the quad-engine jet over, say, a twin-engined long-haul aircraft, and that is definitely their priority. Either way, though, for however much longer the A380s will be flying with Asiana Airlines in those colours, it's great to see them making a return, and like I've mentioned many times across the channel, it's not the first time that an airline that potentially had no plans to welcome it back has backtracked on a decision and announced the plans to bring them back. For how long they remain is completely unknown, but if you have any thoughts, don't hesitate to drop them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in and the continued support, and I will see you next time.